This one sensor can leave you stranded in the middle of nowhere. So today, I'm going to show you how to diagnose a bad ICP and how to replace it with a brand new one. There are a few warning signs of a failing ICP, such as a rough idle, misfires, and possibly even the truck stalling. Without a scan tool, the best way to check it is by unplugging it and looking for any oil inside of the sensor. This one has some oil intrusion, and my idle has been jumping between 500 RPM and 700 RPM. I'm willing to bet it's the ICP. To confirm this, unplug the ICP when the truck is off, and then start it to see if the idle improves. By unplugging it, the computer will default to a set amount. This will also be accompanied by a check engine light, but it's nothing to worry about. My truck is running way better, so let's replace that sensor. Starting off, these are the tools required for the job. The most important one here is the 5/8 crow's foot. It's possible to do this job with a normal wrench, however, it makes it way harder. When messing with sensors, I always like to disconnect the batteries. Once they're disconnected, we can start making room by unplugging the ICP. Then there's a nut on the driver's side valve cover that needs to come off. This is what holds the wiring harness in place. By removing it, we should have enough wiggle room to get this job done. However, before unscrewing the sensor, I recommend cleaning as much dirt out as possible. The ICP threads right into the driver's side oil gallery, so anything that falls in is going straight through your engine. I just used a towel with some soapy water, followed by a flathead. Once all that is clear, we can snake the crow's foot down below. So the old design has a nut tucked underneath the sensor, so that's what we're aiming for. Once it's broken loose, I like to leave it there and go prep the new sensor. And by prep, I just mean oiling the O-ring so it doesn't rip. I've always been told to buy Motorcraft when it comes to sensors, even if it's more expensive. I got this one from Swag Performance for about $125. With the new sensor ready, we can unscrew the old one. Well, that's a nice pile of dirt. That's better. There's no torque spec when it comes to the sensor. The O-ring is what's making the seal, so make sure it's snug but not tight enough to rip the O-ring. Depending on how much oil was in the sensor, the pigtail might need to be replaced, as all that oil could have gone past up into the wires. However, if it wasn't too bad like this one, I'd clean it with some electrical cleaner. I'll have a link to the one that I'm using here down below. Now is also a good time to replace any loose electrical tape in the area. With how much heat these wires see, the tape gets extremely brittle. So to wrap this up, plug the sensor in, and then tighten that one nut on the valve cover. Let's start the truck and see how it does. The idle is much better. The last thing to do is check for any leaks after the engine cools off. I don't see any, so we're good to go. That's how you replace the ICP on a 7.3. If you're interested in seeing more 7.3 repairs, you can check out this video right here.